Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having an awesome day. And today's video is something I always get nervous for and always get really excited for at the same time. So it has been 3 months since my last declutter. I declutter every 3 months just to keep my collection on what I'm really using and what I'm into. So today is part 1 where we're going over palettes that I'm getting rid of today. So again, because I do it so often, I'm not going to declutter my entire collection today in today's video, but I just wanted to narrow it down a little bit, get rid of some things that I'm not using, pass them along to a good home. A lot of things I will be gifting to people, and I'll also list some stuff on my Depop just to make a little bit of the money back. I'll leave a link down below. If you don't see it up there, then I probably gave it to someone, but that's that. And without any further ado, you guys, I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started. I already decluttered 2 palettes. I decluttered my Orb of Light palettes from Black Moon Cosmetics, as well as the Smoke Show, which is now called Blow and Smoke palette from Colourpop. I did that. I gave it to someone a few days ago, so that's not going to be in here, but I did declutter 2 so far. You just didn't see it. So let's go ahead and get started. Of course, because I do these so often, I probably won't open every single palette. But let's go ahead and get started. So up front, we have a couple smaller palettes. We have Going Coconuts from Colourpop, which looks like this. We have Honey, which I'm going to declutter. I think I've already, I did a video recently on my favorite yellow palettes. This was in there, and I just never reached for this. I have so many other yellows in other palettes and individually that I like more. So whereas this is a beautiful yellow palette, they have another yellow palette from Colourpop that I like more, and their Yes Please palette. So I'm going to declutter Honey. I have a little basket I'm put everything in. I'm also going to declutter this little Peach Sea palette that I tried when I tried Korean beauty stuff. It was fine, but it's so tiny I'll just forget to use it. So I'm going to keep the Tartelette in Bloom, of course, which smells so good. And I'm going to keep Going Coconuts from Colourpop, which is my only little 9-pan plastic thing from Colourpop now, which is kind of sad. I kind of wish I kept Smoke Show, but it's okay. So up front we have 3 mini Jeffree Star palettes. We have the Mini Breaker, Mini Orgy palette, and then the Mini Controversy. I was going to say Conspiracy, but we have 3 mini Jeffree palettes that I'm going to keep for collecting's sake, even though it's like stupid reason to keep makeup, I know. Lethal Cosmetics. This one was really good, but I haven't reached for it lately. So I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile. Ooh, I can declutter Fire from Essence. It was like, alright. I mean, I used it once and I got a really cute look out of it, but I didn't find like the quality amazing. So I'm gonna part ways with this one. So we've decluttered 3 so far. Ooh, Eco Earth from Dido. I'm really keeping it for this shade because, I mean, overall the color scheme in general is amazing. Like, maybe I should be holding these closer. The color scheme in general is really good, but I always reach for other things first. I'll declutter this actually. Yeah, I mean, that shade is really pretty. This color scheme in general has like neutrals, a little bit of green, a little bit of like a red that's not super red, and yellow, so that's why I've been keeping it. But I think I'll declutter this one. Making really good progress right now, actually. We've already decluttered 4. We kept 5. Oh wow, kept 5, decluttered 4, and then we have 1 in the maybe pile. So let's move on to this little stack of dupes and Colourpop palettes, it seems like. So Wild Nothing from Colourpop I'm going to declutter. Yeah, it's just a lot of Super Shocks in here. Really cute color scheme, but I'm not reaching for it. I will be keeping a Flutterby by Colourpop. Love this one. It was so worth the money. Like, I love this one. Another Lethal Cosmetics, we have the After Dark. I believe it's After Dark. I think it's the After Dark palette. I'm going to keep this one for now. I'm going to keep Through My Eyes from Colourpop because it's so pretty. I love it. And I need to try this again. It's the Freya from Odin's Eye. Everyone keeps raving about Odin's Eye. And, I mean, everything comes broken, it seems like, because it's super fragile. But everyone keeps raving about the formula, so I'm going to try it again. So I'm going to hold on to this. Next we have some Alter Ego palettes, which you can use code Porcelain and save money off of Alter Ego's already affordable prices. There's my spiel. I'm going to keep all of these, but it is Goddess, my absolute favorite one. A dupe for Natasha Denona Gold. We have Aurora, which is so pretty. Sahara, which is the most beautiful cool tone version or palette. And then we have Daydream, which I don't use as much, but I'm going to keep them. So I only have 4 of these palettes and they're really nice. I gotta put Goddess in front though, because Goddess is that girl. I'm gonna rearrange these after the video. I'm not worried about it right now. They'll be fine. Okay, so next up, this was gifted to me, so I'm gonna keep this McGrath palette. Let's pull the rest of these out because they're pretty tight in here, so I can look through them. Latte 2 was a gift, so I'm going to hold on to this one, even though the quality isn't my favorite thing in the world, but the color scheme was very intriguing. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter again. Born to Run from Urban Decay. I bought it again. I didn't use it. Obviously, I didn't need it. Obviously, I'm going to keep my Edward Scissorhands palettes. This is like the only palette I'll ever like never declutter. I think I might say goodbye to Francation. It's a classic and it's really beautiful, but this is like kind of a toppery shade, and I'm just kind of mixing some of the neutral colors together, so I feel like I can use... I've never even reached in any of these 3 colors. They're like brand new. I've never even swatched them, so I really just use the neutrals, and I don't need it for that. It's so beautiful, and I love this palette, and the packaging is stunning. But I use these colors in other palettes more, so I think I can part ways with it. It's so sad. It's so hard. This is hard, but I'm doing really well today, actually, for decluttering. Okay, next up, we have a couple palettes. I'm going to... Ooh, am I considering this? Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette. I've had this for a long time. I love their formula. But really I've reached into the shimmers, and the only shimmer I see myself using would be the white and the gold. So I'm going to put this in the maybe pile as well. Which I never thought I'd say because it's beautiful. Gingerbread Extra Spicy from Too Faced. I'm going to keep this. I want to get more use out of it. There's a lot of oranges in here and I'm really into that. The last 2 on this little pile is Sigma Enchanted and Sigma's Core de Rosa palette. I'm keeping both of these. I love their new palette formula, so I'm going to keep both of these. Okay, bag stack in this drawer. Bare Necessities from Colourpop, I am keeping. And then we have some like singles and stuff, but Bare Necessities from Colourpop, totally keeping. Love it. Greek Goddess from Lunar Beauty, I'm keeping because I want all the Lunar Beauty palettes, but I never reach for this, and I feel like this is the least impressive out of his palettes. But I want all his palettes. Stupid reason. Oh, this one's so good. Give me Glow Juicy Olive. Keeping. Gorgeous. Love the greens. Oh, the Moonspell palette from Lunar Beauty. I'm so keeping this. I'll never part ways with this. And look at the packaging. Look at this. Yeah, I never reached for it, but I'm keeping it. Okay. Thirsty palette from Jeffree Star. I'm keeping for collecting sake, and it's discontinued. This palette, Deep Sea Luster from Kaleidos Makeup. They say the formula of this cannot be made anymore, so that's why it got discontinued. But there's no other formula like this in existence, which is why they can't make it anymore. It's so freaking bomb. Like, their shimmers, so good. So good. It's ridiculous. It's like almost a crime in general that you made that and didn't continue making it. Alright, so big palette drawer. My new Glamlite ice cream palette is on my filming table waiting to be filmed with, so that's not in here. But everything else should be. So obviously I'm keeping Alien from Jeffree Star. This is probably his best palette he ever came out with, just the packaging is not it. So I'm keeping that. I've thought about parting ways with the Cake palette from Glamlite, but it's such good for staple colors that I think I'm going to keep it. But I used it to review and then I stopped touching it, and I pre-ordered and everything, was like dying over it, and then I used it to review and didn't touch it again. But it has staple colors in here, so I am going to keep it for now. Keep it for now. Spent a lot of money on this. I'm going to declutter the OMFG Sugar and Sweets palette. I actually think I know someone who would want this, so maybe they could like have more fun with it than I could, so I'm going to part ways with this one. The Bloodlust palette from Jeffree I'm going to keep, as well as the Orgy palettes. So the Escape Pod palette from Kaleidos I am going to keep for the sake of another video that I'm going to be filming soon, but I probably will declutter after that. So consider this decluttered, but just not at the very moment. Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag palette I'm 1000% keeping, as well as Jeffree's Androgyny, which I've seemed to appreciate the color scheme in that more lately. What's this one? The Beachside palette from Ofra. I'm going to declutter it. There was a yellow in it, so I wanted it, and I forget about it, so it can go. I forget about a lot of mini palettes, but I love mini palettes. So these Kaleidos palettes I'm going to keep. This one is Sci-Fi Green, which is my favorite. Cyber Bronze, which was super cute, and my New Year's look was this. And then we have Astro Pink, which is so cute. So cute. So I'm going to keep these three. I'm going to declutter the Studio Makeup palette. It's a dupe for Sultry, and I was going to compare it to Sultry when I had it, and I forgot about it. And then I finally found this palette again and put it in the drawer hoping to use it, and I didn't use it. So I'm going to declutter that one. Let's see if I can make some room beside me here. Blue Blood, Blood Sugar, and Conspiracy from Jeffree I'm just going to keep. It's so much easier just to keep all his so I can use it for comparisons. We just reviewed this Kaleidos Lavender Snow, or Lunar Lavender. I said Lavender Snow because we're talking about Jeffree stuff. Lunar Lavender palette from Kaleidos I'm going to keep. We just reviewed that one. I'm of course going to keep the Glamlite Veggie Lovers. Oh, it's so many. See, I don't need this because I have yellows and I have greens, and I wouldn't use the browns in here. But I'm going to keep it because their formula is just so smooth and pretty. Metropolis palette from Natasha Denona. I'm going to keep this for comparison reasons, even though I do like my dupe better than the actual real palette itself. I'm also going to keep Christmas Morning from Give Me Glow, which is super pretty, but I do find this very messy. There's something about the shimmers in this one in particular compared to the other ones that make really big messes. I'm going to always keep my Gwen Stefani palette from Urban Decay. This drawer I'm not doing very well on decluttering, I noticed. I think we decluttered 3 out of this palette, out of this drawer. I'm going to keep the Strawberry Dream palette from Lunar Beauty. And then down here we just have Beauty Killer from Jeffree Star. So I'm going to be keeping these. I'm going to put this on top because I'm going to use this more hopefully soon. I don't want to forget about the Gwen Stefani palette down there, so I want to get more use out of it. I'm going to put on top of the stack. Alright, last palette drawer here. This is like kind of the new stuff, go-tos and stuff. And then Melt. So this is a very full drawer. I need to move some of the stuff from this drawer to the other ones. I'll do that after the video. It's not really like a rearranging video. The Sashimi City palette from Kaleidos that we reviewed with the other one recently is really, really pretty. So I'm going to keep it, and it's new. Yes, Please is in this drawer because it's one of my go-tos and I use it for my brows every day. So I'm not going to part ways with that. Okay, let's start. There's a lot in here. Let's go over this big stack of Melt palettes. I always put the Melt ones in this drawer because I use them a lot, but there's a couple I use more than others, so I don't have to keep them all together. So Vita, I'm not decluttering any of these, by the way. Vita, Gemini, which is my favorite. 420, which if the quality was better, it would have been my favorite because look at that. It is screams me. Rust, which I've been loving lately. Like, Rust is so good. I just don't like that peach shade in there. It feels random. And then Smoke Sessions, which is probably my least favorite out of them, honestly. So I'm going to keep the Melt ones. The Naked Honey palette. Oh, it's so good. I'm keeping this. I'm keeping it so much. Okay, so before y'all start yelling at me that I didn't clutter anything, I decluttered this whole basket full, you guys. And I decluttered Born to Run again, so I'm kind of proud of myself for that decision. Stoned, I'm going to keep from Urban Decay because it's still newer and I'm enjoying it. I'm going to keep Sigma Untamed. I don't like this as much as I love Cor de Rosa, which was slightly softer in formula, but it's still such a beautiful color scheme that I'm going to get more use out of that one. I'm going to go ahead and declutter Candy Castle. I never even used it. I bought it to review, and I didn't review it, so this is a brand new Colourpop palette that I'm just going to declutter because I'm not going to use it. I'm going to keep this little Pat McGrath mini palette. I just thought it was, no, I'll declutter this. I thought it was so cute, and I wanted to try a formula. I thought it was so, so pretty. But I don't know how often I'll use it. I mean, like the gold's what I really want to use in it. So I thought it was a beautiful formula. I was given this in exchange for a review, so I did my work for it, but it's just pinks. Okay, Costa Coral and Little Ray of Sunshine. I'm gonna keep both of these new ones from Colourpop, which are super cute, and they're so small I can just put them beside each other as like one little thing, which is nice. I'm gonna keep Killer Purr from Menagerie, which is so pretty, and I wanted that palette for so long, like so long, really. Oh, the new Essentials palette from Sigma I'm gonna keep as well because I've really been enjoying it, even though I do the same look over and over again with it. While we're talking about Colourpop, let's do the other two new Colourpops. Colourpop Sandstone I'm going to be keeping, as well as the new Hocus Pocus palette, which we just reviewed. So I reviewed both of these like this week that I'm filming this. So I'm going to keep both of these, which are new to me. The Kendall palette from Kylie. I really love this more than I thought I was going to. This was the only Kylie palette in ages that I can even remember that intrigued me. And it's really nice. Like I keep using the same colors in this, but I really like it. Like it's really lovely. So these two palettes were given to me by someone, so I'm going to be keeping both of these. Vintage Rose, so pretty. I've been getting more use out of this than I thought I would, just because I really love their shimmer formula. And then the Sydney Grace Everlasting Enduring Love. The only thing about this one is it's so messy. Like you can't clean off. I mean, I know this mirror is probably reflecting everything, but you can't clean off the metal. It gets super gross, which I hate, and it's the only thing stopping me from using it a lot. Okay. Mini palettes. We have a mini Juno & Co. one, which I ordered with some sponges. I think I ordered. It's like some extra sponges. This one's cute. This one is Goddess. I'm going to keep this one because I think it's really nice. I think I ordered another one too, but I think I gave the blue one to somebody. Then we have 3 little mini Natasha Denona palettes, which I'm going to be keeping as well, which are so pretty. I broke one of them though. One came broken in the mail. Yeah, it's this one. Like the cap doesn't hold anymore. But these are really cute and super travel friendly, so I'm going to keep these. And then I might declutter this little Ofra palette. Yeah, this one is Sweet Dreams. I'm going to declutter it. It's just not as exciting as anything. Artemis by Alter Ego, I'm going to keep. You can use code Porcelain if you want to save money off that, blah, blah, blah. We compared this to the original Natasha Denona Metropolis palette, and I like this one a little bit more, honestly. The Nikki Tutorials palette, I kept that little card in there. Obviously, I'm going to keep, I haven't got enough use out of it yet. I really used it once for the first impressions video. I haven't touched it since, and I really need to. Back here, we just have the Jeffree Morphe collab, the Jawbreaker from Jeffree, and Cremated palettes. So I'm not going to pull those out because we all know what these look like. But yeah, I need to rearrange this drawer, and then I'll tally up how many we decluttered. Alright, so I decluttered 13 palettes today. I feel like that's pretty good, especially for how much I declutter. But I feel like 13 is a reasonable number. The 2 that were in the maybe pile, I'm just going to keep just because I don't want to make the regret of regretting throwing them away or getting rid of them later. But 13, pretty good. I have a whole bunch of stuff I'm going to list with it as well that just like, you know, things I didn't need to buy or came in subscription boxes. And then watch out for the next video, which will be part 2, which is like blushes, highlighters, everything else in my collection except palettes.